Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to my first Minecraft video. Today I'm going to show you how to...
Featuring me.
Featuring her, my lovely Clarissa.
Wife.
Today we're going to show you some things that you can add to your villages to make them look cooler and just be cooler. So, first thing, I'm just going to go basically off of what I got, Anyway, one of the things you can use to make your city or village cooler is a medical marijuana shop. Woohoo! Yeah, as you see here, we got all the stuff you might need. I built this like 10 years ago. I think I was like 15 when I built this. I never had my medical card, so I've never been in one of these, but yeah. There's that. Here's one of the strip clubs I got. I built this a long time ago, but then I added to it. You can have your private room back here. Your private rooms where you get the lap dances. Got the office. Little coffee machine right here. Another thing that you could add to make your city or village cooler is
Lots of cats.
lots of cats. Like we got in this little trailer park. The trailer parks in real life have a lot of cats.
But it's alright to be itty bitty. Itty bitty kitties.
It's alright to be an itty bitty kitty. So it's just more realistic if you think about it. Yeah. So another thing that you could use to make your village or city...
Make a zoo.
Yeah, is make a zoo. Yeah. So the zoo that we made is right here. You can have things above ground. So you see that white frog in there? If you spawn a frog in the nether, it'll turn white. You can bring it back through the portal on a lead. You can have things above ground. You can have things in the ground. You got a little aquarium here. Here's the stuff that we got in the ground. Yeah. Foxes, rabbits, turtles. Yeah, pretty much everything, you know. Anything and everything. Get a little food truck. Vehicles are a cool thing to add to your village or city. Another cool thing you could add to your village or city is an airport. So the way that you're going to want to make an airport, if you want an airport, is if you use a command block to teleport, put it in the front of the plane, activate it with a lever, and you teleport to an identical plane, it'll look like you were just in the same plane the whole time and you flew there. So you can take yourself to another city or village. Another cool thing you could add to your city or villages is parking lots to tie up your horses at. So now that we're on the subject, a cool thing to add would be transportation, like these taxis here, right? You get on a, you put yellow armor on a horse, you keep them in these little garages, and you can take them anywhere you want. You know, any player going around your city or village could take it to, you know, take it around anywhere and be able to get around good. Another cool thing you could add to your village or city is a horse dealership, because you got car dealerships. You know, in Minecraft there's no cars without mods, so you know, get you a little horse dealership. You know, sell any kind of horse you want. Have a car salesman or a horse salesman. You know, bada boom, bada bing. Another cool thing you could add to your city or village is a cool mini mart. Whether it be like a Shell gas station, right?
Without the gas stations.
Without the gas, because you know they don't got gas in Minecraft. You want to build a gas station, you can, but I don't know. I kind of like things that I can interact with and use. You know, yeah, you know, I got a couple things I can't really interact with. You know, yeah, but you know, go in here, get some food and whatnot. It's pretty neat. So another thing you could add to your cities or villages is boats. You know, pretty cool. Having little boats and whatnot.
And the skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
With good bangs. Good layered bangs.
We gave it good layered bangs because this skibbity toilet cares about his hair. Another great, this is actually probably one of the most practical things you could add, is a dock, right? You could put villagers in some of them so that it's not like, you know, desolate, you know. Make sure you have plenty of villagers in your city or town. That way, you know, it's not desolate. You kind of, you don't know. You don't want it to feel post-apocalyptic. Unless you do want it to feel post-apocalyptic. But yeah, you know, get some docks going on.
Make them look like pirates.
Yeah. Maybe, put a little pirate ship, you know? A little pirate ship. Yeah. And if you want your villagers to have eye patches to be like pirates, I think it's these things. What are they called? Grindstones? You put a bunch of them in your boat, and then any villager in the boat will be a pirate. Just like kind of automatically. Because they'll have an eye patch. I don't remember the way back. It's probably here. It's probably this way. Yeah. Another thing that you could add to your village or city, that'd be pretty cool.
The Empire State Building.
Is have cool buildings like an Empire State Building. Just have lots of buildings that are different from each other, you know? Lots of buildings that are different from each other. Get a good variety. Don't make it look too organized. You don't want things to be too organized, because in real life cities and towns and whatnot get a little disorganized and get a little chaotic, and that kind of chaotic energy makes them more unique.
And have wolves follow you around like dogs.
Lots of dogs is cool to have in your city or village.
No, they're wolves.
Yeah, they're dogs though, when you tame them. Yeah, another cool thing to have in your city or town is helipads.
For the choppers.
For the choppers. Yeah, get you a little helipad, put a little helicopter on there. You can use the command block thing to do the same thing that we did earlier with the airplanes. Get you up on top of there. It's pretty neat. Another cool thing that you could have in your city or village is machines to kill villagers with. Yay! You know, little execution chambers. Or, you know, you can kill monsters with them too if you feel like it. Cool little machines to kill your villagers with.
Or the animals.
Or the animals, or monsters, or whoever you want to kill, you know? Yeah. Another cool thing to have in your city or village would be you could have nice areas and like bad areas, you know?
New definition of nice.
Yeah. You know? Like your good areas. Like, you know, you see
An old
here
definition of nice.
an old definition of nice. Got the good area here, you know. You got your yeah, everything looks nice over here, right? Then
New definition.
yeah, and then you get over here and it's the hood, right? You can have like lots of zombies and whatnot and, you know, monsters and yeah, just general chaos.
And also building a map.
Building a map. Yeah, there's a map of all this. I'll show them that. Yeah, you know, you could build the hood and just have monsters everywhere. You could build more than one strip club also, and you could change it up a little, you know? Have it be kind of the same but not really, you know? You got your strippers. But, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, you know? This place is really popular in the hood. Oh, wow. Oh, look. You actually got little privacy curtains in this strip club. Oh, look at this neat little office. Ho, ho, ho. Got a mouse at the computer. Oh. Yeah, another cool thing to add to your city or village could be a map of your city or village. Like this. Yeah, just have it on the wall of a little town hall. Yeah, you know, little town halls and government buildings. They're a pretty cool thing to add to your city or village. Kill two birds, get two birds stoned. Another great thing to add to your city or village is different types of roads, but if you put glowstone in your roads and put white carpet over it, the roads light themselves up. Would you look at that? It's always nighttime here, but it ain't dark at all until you get to the hood. Wow. And, you know, if you ever want to build like a little post-apocalyptic area, if you want to make a barrel of toxic waste, you take a barrel, right? And you take another block, and then you take lawn carpet, and you, like, click at it from the side like that. Oh, wow, you got a barrel of toxic waste! Would you look at that? Wow! Wow! Yeah. Another cool thing to add to your city or town is water towers, right? You could build a little water tower, and then you could have a little lever that could get water everywhere if you want it. You know, beep. Get water all over the ground, mess
Or
up your
lava.
roads. Or lava. You could have a lava tower. But don't have your roads made out of coal if you want to have a lava tower, because coal's flammable, and that's not going to be good. Yeah, you could also have variety. Where I live, there's a store called Turkey Hill. I made Twerky Hill. You know, you could have different little convenience stores, salt or ketchup and mustard. You know, soda machines, little stuff that you could use, you know. Little enchanted weapons. Another cool thing to add, you know, regarding maps is you could have locator maps, you know, the "you are here" thing, kind of like in Rail Cities. You know that?
And in malls.
Yeah, they got that in malls too, yeah. Yeah.
The McDonald's, but no smoothies there.
Yeah, if you want to get creative, you could add different little shops, record stores, fireworks stores. And if you ever want a place for your snow golems, you know, you can put them in the stores. Because, you know, in the overworld, they get rained on or, you know, they leave snow trails. And if you like having snow golems, but you don't want to deal with that, you can just make them run all the shops.
And they won't melt.
And they won't melt. They won't melt in the rain. Oh, yeah. Another cool thing that you could add is a paint spray. So if you're a fan of Grand Theft Auto, like I am, you know, you go into the paint spray to customize your vehicles. You can go into a paint spray and change your horse's armor. Wow!
Except this time you don't pay.
Except you don't pay. It's just an end spray. Yeah. You can put those automatic redstone doors. I don't know why I didn't put those here when I built this.
Spray.
Yeah, I'm gonna put automatic doors on this later. That'd be pretty cool. That's another thing that would be cool.
And that villager statue.
Yeah, villager statues. You could add statues. Put mobs on their head to look like hair if you want.
But that does not.
It's not good bangs. Yeah, back to the subject of villager killing machines. No, I knew I had a working villager killing machine somewhere. I got one here. Oh, yeah, here. Use a little hole, put them in. That way you don't accidentally let them out like that one, unless they're babies. But you don't want to kill the babies, unless you do. Yeah. Yeah, you know, nothing wrong with a good little torture machine. Nothing wrong with.
We also have an island called Doggy Island.
Yeah. If you have an island shaped like a dog, you can call it Doggy Island.
And Texas Island.
Or if it's shaped like Texas. This is not any of them islands. This is, I call it, Tylenol Island. It's just one of the rundown hood-like islands. I named it after an Eminem song, Tylenol Island. Another cool thing to add would be a sperm bank, where you can have spawn eggs, right? So this is the waiting room where, you know, you wait and then you talk to them. You go into the office right here. Why would you guys like to pick our sperm? Oh, we're the mom and dad. Oh, we want sperm. I don't know, we want to have a baby. And then, you know, if you have different villages...
Bebes having bebes.
Bebes having bebes. If you want, like, to have different villages with different names, you can... I don't know, like, you know, you have the spawn eggs named, right? You get out your sperm jar, right? You go into the restroom, right? You open your porn. You sit on the toilet, and you crank your hog. You crank your hog to some porn. Oh man, that brings up another cool thing to have in your Minecraft city or village. Another cool thing to have in your city or village is a porn shop. So, you know, you get the This thing always stops working on me. You know, you got your classic sheep getting fucked on top. You got a sketchy Arab man running the joint. You got Rhino brand boner pills. A bucket of baby gravy. A cup for the 2 girls. Ethically sourced dead hooker meat. You got a big old pocket pussy. You got your porn magazine that you had in the what do you call it? In the fucking cum bank. Yeah, another Twerky Hill. Very cool things to have. Another cool thing to have would be an internet cafe. You know, you get a bunch of computers, right? Another cool thing to have would be a weapons store where you can keep all your, you know, you buy all the guns and weapons and stuff, right? Or not guns, but, you know, bows and arrows, crossbows, that kind of thing. I built this thing a long time ago. It needs updated. Built that like 10 years ago. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's kind of a wrap. Giant horse is pretty cool to have. You can do command blocks to have giant mobs. You name them giant. Near the command block. That's a pretty cool thing to have. Giant mobs, have giant fish in your pond and stuff. Yeah, lots of fountains. Have lots of fountains. Cool animals and stuff. Yeah. I think that's about a wrap. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody figure out just a couple of cool ideas. I see a lot of videos spitballing ideas for cities and villages, and I had a lot that weren't in any of the videos, so hope you enjoyed first Minecraft video.
If you made it this far, thank you for watching.
And subscribe. Ding, ding, ding! Hit that notification button!